And last but not least is Adrien Broner versus Antonio DeMarco, which was set to be a great clash of styles between the classy, slick boxer against the tall, rangy puncher in DeMarco against Broner, the slick boxer, moving up from super featherweight. It was turned out to be, after a tentative first few rounds, a great fight. The result in the end, DeMarco just running out in the end. Some quality shots from Broner, forcing an 8th round stoppage. The corner pulling DeMarco out after I think it was a second knockdown suffered by the Mexican. Sorry, first knockdown. I do apologise. But it was a great fight. As I say, after the first two rounds was very much a tactical battle. Seemed to be moving more into Broner's hands, but then the third round, DeMarco started to bring it to Broner, giving him a tough fight, giving him lots to think about, and he looked to be swinging slightly in his favour, but Broner, ever the champion, showing he can fight as well as box, standing in there with probably the best, is the best lightweight in the world, was the best lightweight in the world, and took him, really beat him at his own game, big uppercuts, great shots when he got him at distance, and at sometimes it just seemed like he could have missed. DeMarco was having his own success, but the guard of Broner, a very unusual guard, but it's so effective because there's so little room to land shots flush on his chin. His right hand's like right across here, and his left hand's just there, right under his chin. It's just almost impossible for the opponent to land a flush shot right on the chin. He's also covering his body with his left arm as well, and the way he faces at the angle, almost like, as everybody usually says, a southpaw usually stands there. It's the way it's just so hard for the fighters to get them shots in. It was DeMarco, though, to his credit, got some good shots in, especially the left hand was landing well, especially early, but that just extra pace and extra quickness, extra snapping of punches was crucial for Broner. Hurt him badly, I think it was in the 5th round, and after that it just seemed to knock the will out of DeMarco. He carried on like a champion he is, but you could tell it was just a negative fight for him from then on. He knew maybe that this was not going to be his fight, that he was going to need something special out of the bag, and DeMarco just stayed in there, stayed in the pocket, as to say, and just threw those uppercuts that were landing really well. He found that punch in, I think, the 3rd or 4th round, and he was landing it ever since after that. When DeMarco stepped back, he was able to land good shots, but so was Broner, countering well, class right hands every time. And then the knockdown, it was like started upstairs with more uppercuts, more hooks, before a right to the body and then a left to the body. Before that really took it out of it, the right to the body really took it all out of DeMarco, and then a left uppercut just as he was going down to finish him off. He didn't get up really, he wasn't going to get up, he was obviously severely winded. His corner rightly getting in and stopping the fight. A brave effort from DeMarco, but at the end of the day, in the 8th round, Broner was just pushing it on, didn't look too tired, kept coming forward really with those shots and landing, as I say, at will in the end. For Broner, he's definitely cemented himself as one of the top fighters in the world right now. But not in the world, sorry, right now, but definitely lightweight. And what a superstar, really, what I meant to say is one who will now, people can start believing the hype. There's been a lot of hype about him now. People can see that he's took on a lot of fighters at super featherweight he was a lot bigger than, and some of them just bullied them into submission. Here he's come up a weight division and fought DeMarco with his own game. Fought on the inside, close range, and catched him with uppercuts and just wore him down, which is what DeMarco usually does to his opponents. So it was another great performance by somebody who could really be a world beater in the future. too many comparisons to Mayweather. We don't hear the comparisons to Mayweather. He's Adrien Broner. He's not Floyd Mayweather. He's not Floyd Mayweather Junior. He's his own man, and he's got his own style of boxing. You may have the same kind of persona as him, same, ring walk, same. But too many comparisons to him in the ring were just, some people are just making them up, really. His style is not exactly the same. His guarding is exactly the same as Mayweather's. He stands in there and fights more than Mayweather does. I think he's obviously got more power than Mayweather does, pound for pound. So really, there's a lot more different things that he has than Mayweather does. So really, the comparisons just go a bit too far sometimes, because there aren't that many really. He's Adrien Broner, and he's gonna, say the comparisons go a bit too far sometimes. So I say he's got a lot more to do now. Lightweight's a division where most of the fighters are moving up. There's not the fighters there was. There's Ricky Burns. I'm sure Ricky Burns would fancy himself in that fight, but I think Broner's got a hell of a lot more in the tank at the moment than Burns. A lot more that he can do in the fight that would swing it in his favour. And Richard Averill's the only other fighter I can see out there that would be of any interest to Broner before he moves up. He's a big fighter for lightweight as well, so I'm sure it won't be too long before he's moving up to the light welterweight division, where much bigger fights, much more money, spinning fights lie for him. So again, thank you for listening, and if you haven't watched my other previews, they're all on my channel now of last night's fights. And again, thank you for listening. Please leave comments on the bottom on what you thought of all the fights last night. Thank you for listening.